wants to know how I met my fiance. Fiance's name is Brian, just to make following along a little bit easier. Brian and I grew up 5 minutes away from each other, maybe like 10. Just mapped it out of curiosity. It's 16 minutes, but it is rush hour. Even though we grew up next to each other, we didn't know each other. He was 3 years older and went to a private school. Now, he was friends with a lot of the people I was friends with, so there were times that we crossed paths. He was at parties that I was at, group photos of us on different ends, been to his house. He actually wasn't there at the time. I was even in his room. Never officially really met back then. Fast forward, I was living in Austin. I came home for like Thanksgiving. My cousin, who is also one of my best friends, was like, oh, I think you guys would hit it off. Like, he's asked about you before. And I was like, oh, tell him to come out. Well, he's like in Philly with his family for the holidays. Me having some liquid courage, I was like, okay, let me add him on Snapchat. I add him out of nowhere, randomly Snapchat him. He responds, and then we never talk again until he swiped up on my story because I had like a Steelers hoodie on and he's like the biggest fan in the world. I drunkenly responded and was like, when I come home for Christmas, are you taking me on a date? I mean, I guess I'm glad I did, but like, he answered and said some form of yes. The day I came home to celebrate the holidays, my cousin convinced me to go out. Brian was there. We met officially, and we've been together ever since. We did a few months of long distance before I officially moved back to Pittsburgh. Rest is history. Now we are engaged and get married. I put a question and answer up the other day. That was one of the most asked questions. Didn't get to all of your questions, so if you have any others, please leave them in the comments, and I would love to answer them on here. Tell you the things you want to know. So ask away.